What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over what to watch for in the market this week, as well as a list of stocks that are way oversold with a lot of upside potential. So before we get into it, if you do enjoy these videos, feel free to drop it a like and hit subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And check out the links in the description to the Discord server, the Weber referral link where when you sign up and deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks right now, as well as the Patreon if you want to sign up for that, get some option plays, due diligence on different companies, as well as Discord benefits with private channels and chats. Now let's get into it. All right, so looking at the pre-market futures, you can see that S&P 500 and Dow futures are up while tech is down. I believe we are pricing in stimulus a bit because that should pass this week or next. And tech is still down. Now, a lot of people think that Friday's boost in the market was a dead cat bounce and we're going to actually be red this week. A lot of mixed views here. A lot of people think there's another dip coming. Either way, we're going to be prepared. We have cash on the side to buy what we want. But I really do like that Friday recovered because it showed us after that steep sell-off at 8:30 in the morning on Friday where these stocks that we like can dip to. And it kind of gave us a nice baseline buying point. Now, obviously, it could easily go below those buying points, but it really helps me visualize, where I could potentially buy the dip on. So for instance, NEO dropping to the low 30s, 31, 32 area, I think that's a really solid place to buy. So if that continues to, revisit that area, that's where I would enter. But we do have a lot of things coming up. We have the FOMC voting on the 16th and 17th. We have quad witching on the 19th. And if stimulus doesn't pass this week, it should pass the following week. And if it doesn't pass, then that week of March 19th is likely going to be pretty bloody and volatile with those other events that I mentioned. All right, so I did show this in my last video, but this is what I'm basically watching for upon a reversal because these have, taken the hardest hits in the market. So, like I said, once we have a clear uptrend, there will be a lot of solid plays to either enter for the long term or swing/options. So, the percent off is from their monthly high. Danimer's 52% off. These are just the ones I'm watching. Jumia, Lemonade, Open Door, with their earnings plus the overall market sell-off, they took a big hit. NEO, Fubo, Palantir, Teladoc, and Tesla, they can always go a little bit lower, but that's kind of where I see the bottom, especially for something like NEO. And Danimer, that's one that I'm really going to be watching. I do think that will get bought up. It's a pretty solid company. I've made a video on them before. Something like Tesla, I could actually see going all the way down to 500. That's where my bottom for Tesla would be. I don't know if that's exactly going to happen, but that's a very big possibility for Tesla. Palantir bounced around $20. I do like Palantir. 20 or less would be a great buying opportunity. And then the rest are just going to be on watch for now. And then here's another list if you guys wanted to pause and check this out. These ones are 30% or less down from the monthly high. The ones I'm interested in watching are MP Materials and SQ. So like I said, Friday was actually really beneficial for us because although the prices can go a bit lower, we could see even more selling pressure this week, but we have a great idea of where they could go and bounce from. So NEO, $32, Tesla, $546 area, could go even lower, and Palantir, I believe, went in the 20s, but quickly got bought up. So those are some areas, key points that I'll be watching, and you can do this for all the stocks that you like. So go to Friday, go to their lowest point and kind of make note of those. And if we have more selling pressure this week, look for those areas to bounce from, and that's where I'll likely enter. And if it goes below that, just keep buying heavier. So some long-term growth stocks that I'm looking for if we got some more selling pressure this week would be IPOE, NEO, Square, Palantir, Tesla, Airbnb, Teladoc, CRISPR, Butterfly, Tattooed Chef, Apple, and Facebook. So, these are the times when everyone's selling and things are dipping very hard. That's when my mindset is going long and adding at these discounts, really building out these growth plays for the long term. All right, so looking at IPOE, which is SoFi. Now, this was down around $14, so these LEAPS were much cheaper. You could pick something like the January 2022, or you can go another year out, but they'll be more expensive. So these were obviously a bit cheaper on Friday. So if it does go back down, consider getting these. Now you can play the extrinsic value. So if you buy while the premium has taken a dip, you don't even necessarily need to hit this 30 strike for the premium spike to, come into play, and you'll be making money anyway. So I would take something like the $30 2022 calls. You could go 20 if you would like, but you're basically playing the extrinsic value. You don't necessarily need it to hit that strike. I fully believe IPOE will be well above $30 by 2022. Just depends how long you want to hold. Another one is PLTR. So if this goes back down and retests the lows we saw Friday, a lot of these premiums will go down heavily, which is the perfect time to enter, because upon a reversal, you're going to see these premiums spike. So like I said, you could play that extrinsic value, or you can hold for the long term and really see some huge upside, because I do fully believe PLTR will be $40 plus by January 2022. We already saw it in the 40s this year. So when we see this thing recover and people start piling back in, we're seeing a lot of talk about Palantir. So I do think that this is going to be a really big year for them. But I would take something like the 30, 35, or 40 strike, depending on, what you have to spend, your risk tolerance. But always check the open interest, check out the Greeks, look at everything. And once you get in the money, your theta decay definitely lessens. And we're playing so far out, so the theta is really not too bad. But yeah, $480 on Friday when PLTR went to $20, or 20 or 21. This was probably $280. So you want to buy these far out call options while the stock is down, not when it's a green day and everything's up. Last up is the Tattooed Chef, TTCF. Now this company has traded down/sideways ever since the merger went through, but I do have high expectations for them. The main reason I'm talking about them is because they do have earnings on March 10th, which is Wednesday after hours. I expect a lot from them. Excited to see what they produce this quarter. Now we saw them dip to $17.50, which I think is a great entry. Now under $20, I still just think is a steal for this company. Another reason I'm mentioning them is because the LEAPS are fairly inexpensive for how far out you get to play. So looking at January 2022, now LEAPS are typically a year out, but it's close enough. I'm still considering this, a year out. I would take something like the 25 or 30 strike, but even the 20 is only $610, and Tattooed Chef is definitely going to be above that this year. I have high expectations for this company, especially their financials, their growth expectations going from 4K to 10K stores, their product lines going from 38 to 62. This is their estimates, but very bullish on them, and these are pretty inexpensive for, what you're getting. Now, there's a lot of open interest on all of these strikes, but I always like to check the volume and open interest, but I do think the 30 strike or 25 strike is what I would personally play. The 20 you can do as well, but I think it's likely spending a little too much on it. So this is going to be on watch for me, and I'm excited to see what they do. That's pretty much it, guys. That's what I'm watching this week, but no matter what happens in the stock market, try to avoid investing emotionally and don't ever panic sell. It never helps. So just keep your cool out there. Hope you guys have a great week. If you want more insight on these options plays, feel free to sign up on the Patreon, and that's pretty much it. Please like and subscribe, and have a good one.